Start. We, although as at present do not intend to make any observations in regard to the allegations and counter-allegations made by the Commission and the State against each other, we only hope and trust that a constitutional authority like the Commission should neither withhold any document nor refuse to cooperate with the CBI in the matter of conducting inquiry/investigation. If the statements made by the Commission are correct, they have nothing to hide. It would be in the interest of all concerned, including the chairman and its members, to see that the inquiry should be completed at an early date. The contention raised on behalf of the petitioners that no inquiry of whatsoever nature can be conducted before the inquiry contemplated under Article 317 of the Constitution, in our opinion, deserves to be rejected outright. The chairman and members of the Commission, though cannot be removed without following the procedure contemplated under Article 317, cannot claim immunity from being investigated into the allegations of serious nature such as corruption in holding examinations, making selections and appointments. If in the course of inquiry investigation by the CBI it is found that the chairman or the members past and present during the relevant period indulged into illegalities/irregularities amounting to criminal offence, the law will take its own course. In other words, if the selections made during the relevant period are ultimately in the course of inquiry/investigation by the CBI found to be tainted or based upon consideration other than merits, if the chairman and members have not done anything wrong, they need not either hide anything or to be worried or anxious about the outcome. The chairman or the members of UPPSC cannot, in our considered opinion, claim any immunity. They cannot be stated to have a vested right to perpetuate illegality or hide scandal. If any, in our opinion, the UPPSC through its chairman has unnecessarily filed the instant petition. In fact, it would be in the interest of all concerned, including the chairman and the members of UPPSC, to see that the inquiry should be completed at an early date. The inquiry of the investigation would also ultimately help to inspire confidence in the public mind about the objectivity and impartiality of the selections made during the relevant period, and so also the selections to be made in future. Neither the Constitution nor the law preclude the state government from holding CBI inquiry of the investigation into the complaints of serious nature against the UPPSC as a whole. The inquiry of the investigation cannot be stopped merely because it may ultimately reflect on the conduct or the behavior of the members of the Public Service Commission part. Thus, in our opinion, the petition deserves to be dismissed and is accordingly dismissed. No order as to cause. We make it clear that depending on the decision taken by the Ministry of Home Affairs, it will be open to the UPSC to proceed with the process, making it subject to the result of these transferred cases. On 8/1/2018, the Union of India sought time to file an affidavit. But this affidavit filed on 12/1/2018 and affirmed by Shri S.K. Rastogi, Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs. The court was informed that after considering all aspects referred to in the affidavit, the Union of India had taken a decision to scrap the L L.C.E held in the year 2012. The candidates who had appeared in the L.C.E have opposed this decision of the Union of India. At this stage, we have heard arguments only on the issue whether the decision of the central government to cancel the selection process is legal or not. But it has been urged by Mr. Ram Singh, learned senior counsel appearing for the Union of India, that the percentage of vacancies has gone down. It has also been contended that the candidates who underwent the examination in the year 2012 would be placed immediately below the direct recruit IPS officers of the same year, and that subsequent recruitments have been done both by direct recruitment and by promotion, and this may result in a lot of litigation with regard to seniority. It is also contended that it was contemplated that the officers recruited through the process of the L.C.E would be about 15 years of age, but now with the passage of time, even if the result is declared, many of them may be more than 40 years of age, which will hamper their functioning in the Indian police service. The main contention of the Union of India is that the petitioners have no legal right to be appointed, and mere selection does not give them such a right. Para Mr. Dusyan, learned senior counsel appearing for the persons who have appeared in the L.C.E contended that even if there is no vested legal right, the said applicants have a legitimate of holding the L.C.E was to fill up a large number of vacancies according to the stand of the Union of India. When the Kamal Kumar committee was set up, about 30% posts in the IPS were vacant. The year-wise tabulation of the same is as under par. Expectation to be appointed. He concedes that in certain circumstances, the government can cancel our selection process, but this cancellation can only be done when there is an overriding public interest. His submission is that the affidavit in question does not show any overriding interest. Mr. R. Ram Singh, learned senior counsel appearing for some of the L.C.E candidates submitted that the government must be fair and just, and the affidavit fails to disclose what is the public interest or the higher purpose served by scrapping the examination. He further submits that the reasons given by the government in its affidavit do not satisfy the test of overriding public interest or higher purpose, and as such the decision of the government to scrap the examination should not be accepted. By this court and the UPSC should be directed to declare the result, and the Union of India be directed to make appointments pursuant to the result. The expression caused by was used in sections 95(1) and 95(b) and 96(2) of the Act. In section 92A, Parliament, however, chose to use the expression arising out of, which indicates that for the purpose of awarding compensation under section 92A, the causal relationship between the use of the motor vehicle and the accident resulting in death or permanent disablement is not required to be by direct and proximate, and it can be less immediate. This would imply that accident should be connected with the use of the motor vehicle, or the same connection need not be direct and immediate. This construction of the expression arising out of the use of motor vehicle in section 92A enlarges the field of protection made available to the victims of an accident and is in consonance with the beneficial object underlying the enactment para. In the instant case, as we have noticed the facts, we have no hesitation in coming to the conclusion that the murder of the deceased was due to an accident arising out of the use of motor vehicle. Therefore, the tribunal wrongly came to the conclusion that the claimants were not entitled for compensation as claimed by their parents. In light of above interpretation of legality, now it is settled that the accident occurred during use of motor vehicles and Section 92A enlarges the field of compensation made available to the victims of the accident and is in consonance with the beneficial object underlying the enactment para. The second question as raised by the learned counsel for appellants is that the future prospect should also be considered for calculating the award para. Learned counsel for the appellant insurance company submits that since there was no evidence on record in respect of regular salary being drawn by the deceased, the benefit of future prospect is not permissible. He has further pointed out that on account of conflicting opinions in respect of future prospect to the self-employed person or those on fixed wages, the issue has been referred for adjudication to a larger bench in the case of National Insurance Company versus Ram Singh and others 2015, 9 SCC 166. Start. We may now advert to the broad framework of our education policy as accepted by the central government. For our purpose, it would be enough if we refer to the policies as formulated in 1968 and 1986. Here again, we would confine our attention to what was stated in these policies regarding Sanskrit. In the 1968 policy, the following found place from this language para. Considering the special importance of Sanskrit to the growth and development of Indian languages and its unique contribution to the cultural unity of the country, facilities for its teaching at the school and university stages should be offered on more liberal basis. Development of new methods of teaching the language should be encouraged, and the possibility explored of including the study of Sanskrit in those courses such as modern Indian philosophy at the first and second degree stages where such knowledge is useful para. The 1986 policy has to say as below in this regard in para 5.33. Research, humanities and social sciences will receive adequate support to fulfill the need for the knowledge. Interdisciplinary research will be encouraged. Efforts will be made to delve into India's ancient fund of knowledge and to relate it to contemporary reality. This effort will imply the development of facilities for the intensive study of Sanskrit para. It is well known that Sanskrit is a mother of all Indo-Aryan languages, and it is this language in which our Vedas, Puranas and Upanishads have been written, and in which Kalidas wrote his classics teachings. There is no need to dilate on the importance of Sanskrit further in our national ethos in view of what was stated by no less a person than the first Prime Minister of the country, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, in which regard, which is as below, para, emphasizing the need for encouragement of Sanskrit and also it being one of the languages included in the 8th schedule to the Constitution of India, Honorable Supreme Court referred to Chapter 4 of the report of Sanskrit Commission on the subject Sanskrit and National Solidarity. Consideration of rival submissions, it is clear that there is no denial of the fact that there was delay in the payment of privilege leave encashment of the petitioner on behalf of respondent number 2, para. Learned counsel for the petitioner has argued that payment of privilege leave encashment to the petitioner will not absolve the respondent numbers 1 and 2 of the liability to pay interest for delay in payment of the same and has relied upon the judgment of this court in the case of Shiv Shankar Mishra versus State of UP and others 2015 3 ADJ 302 2015 within bracket 2 AWC 1472 within bracket DB, wherein this court has held as follows, para. The present case is an unfortunate instance where an employee has been left in the lurch after having rendered long years of service. Both the arrears on account of salary as well as pensionary dues have not been paid on time. When the appellant had moved a petition before the court, an order was passed on 11 September 2013 directing the payment of the admitted arrears within 4 months and for immediate steps to determine the pensionary dues. This order was not complied with, following which he was constrained to file contempt proceedings. It is only thereafter that on 18 March 2014, the payment of arrears of salary from August 2010 until February 2013 was made. It was only then that the appellant was also paid arrears on account of gratuity, pension and other retiral dues. There was no reason or justification to withhold the payment of salary during the period when the appellant had worked, when salary fell due for payment or for the non-payment of pensionary and retired dues. The latter, within a reasonable period of retirement, there was no lapse on the part of the appellant. The paucity of funds cannot surely be held up as an excuse not to pay the salary of an employee who had worked for the period for which his salary is due. Similarly, pensionary dues constitute a rightful entitlement of an employee. The state government be heard to say that it would fail to pay the pension on time and yet excuse itself from the liability to pay interest. The Supreme Court considered the provisions of the Central Vigilance Commission Act 2013 on the nature of the CVC as an institution while defining the parameters which would have to be borne in mind to ensure compliance with the provisions of Article 14 of the Constitution. Since the law which has been laid down by the bench of 3 learned judges would have a significant bearing on the issues which have been raised in the present case, it would be necessary to summarize the principles which merge from the judgment of the Supreme Court. The first principle which emerges from the judgment is that the Central Vigilance Commission is an integrity institution which is statutorily created to supervise vigilance administration. Para 30 Art, page 16. This principle emphasizes the role and nature of the institution, the functions of a statutory or constitutional character that are discharged by the institution have an important bearing on the process to be followed and in the nature of appointments to be made to the Commission. The second principle which finds recognition in the decisions is that a person to be appointed to an august constitutional body must be without any blemish whatsoever. Para 33 Art, page 20. And a person should not be considered for appointment merely because he or she is eligible to be considered for the post. The third principle which emerges from the decision is that while making recommendations, service conditions of a candidate, being a public or civil servant, are not the sole criterion. And what is most important is the question of institutional competence and institutional integrity. Para 36 Art, page 21, which must be borne in mind. The issue of integrity is not merely an aspect which is personal to the candidate who is proposed to be selected, but is intrinsically related to the integrity of the institution which is to be appointed and manned by the person. The fourth percent which emerges from the judgment is that a decision in regard to the nomination of a person for appointment has to be an informed decision. Therefore, I am pointing out to this House certain circumstances from which the House will gather that government have been trying their best to improve the conditions there and to develop it to the extent that is possible. I would make a very brief reference to the expenditure during the last 3 years. For the year 2010-11, government spent rupees 95 crores. There is a considerable scheduled tribes population as also a scheduled caste population. Mostly they have Bangladesh. A sum of rupees 17 crores has been set up for the purpose of improving the condition of the scheduled castes as also the scheduled tribes. Then very great efforts are being made for the purpose of rehabilitating the refugees, most of whom are from the scheduled castes. And it will be found that as a matter of fact, 19,000 people have been rehabilitated in this tiny state of Tripura. Out of them, 99,000 and odd have been rehabilitated in government colonies, and land loans have been given. Facilities for education have been given. And in respect of medical facilities, it will be found that the amount he received was increasing. But then a point was made that unemployment was rising. So far as the question of unemployment is concerned, it is a general question and has only very short specific point. So far as the state is concerned, you will find that in view of the development projects that government have not undertaken, the number of persons employed or the service personnel in this tiny state has increased. These persons are actually under employment and in respect of different departments. So far as development projects are concerned, the girls are expressed a marked reluctance to stay with her father's dog. The High Court was of the opinion that the children had developed long-standing affection towards their maternal grandfather and an uncle's dog. It will take a while before they develop the same towards their stepmother's dog. The sex of the minor girl, who would soon face the difficulties of attaining adolescence, is an important consideration, though not a conclusive one. She will benefit from the guidance of her maternal aunt if custody is given to the respondent, which the appellant will be in no position to provide stock. Further, there is a special bonding between the children, and it is desirable that they stay together with their maternal grandfather, uncles and aunt. In case of custody of the minor children, the family code, that is Mohammedan law, would apply in place of the Act. Considering the provisions under section 353 of the Mohammedan law, the High Court had held that the preferential rights regarding the custody of the minor children rests with the maternal grandparents, after making a doubtful proposition that in case of a conflict between personal law and welfare of the children, the former shall prevail. The High Court held that in the case at hand, there is no such conflict. Stop. For the reasons aforementioned, the High Court, by its imputed order, set aside the order of the Family Court, Bangalore, which vacated the interim injunction issued against the appellant stop. It is this order of the High Court which is challenged before us by way of special leave petition, which on grant of leave has been heard by us in the presence of the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. It was the contention of the appellant before us that the Act will apply to the present case because there is a conflict between the preferential guardian in Mohammedan law and the Act stop. It was pointed out that while deciding the custody of the minor children, the welfare of the children had to be taken into consideration, and that it was guaranteed by the Act stop. They have placed their reliance on a case of Rajasthan stop. The Rajasthan High Court in the cited case held that where the provisions of personal law are in conflict with the provisions of guardians and wards are, the latter shall prevail over the former. Exact 20 minutes start.
हुआ नहीं दिया
Ready? Start. The girl heart expressed a marked reluctance to stay with her father. Stop. The High Court was of the opinion that the children had developed long-standing affection towards their maternal grandfather, aunt and uncle. Stop. It will take a while before they develop the same towards their stepmother. Stop. The sex of the minor girl who would soon face the difficulties of attaining adolescence is an important consideration, though not a conclusive one. She will benefit from the guidance of her maternal aunt if custody is given to the respondent, which the appellant will be in no position to provide. Further, there is a special bonding between the children and it is desirable that they stay together with their maternal grandfather, uncles and aunt. But in case of custody of the minor children, the family law, that is the Mohammedan law, the family code, that is the Mohammedan law, would apply in place of the act. Stop. Considering the provisions under section 353 of the Mohammedan law, the High Court had held that the preferential rights regarding the custody of the minor children rests with the maternal grandparents. Stop. After making a doubtful proposition that in case of a conflict between personal law and welfare of the children, the former shall prevail. The High Court held that in the case at hand, there is no such conflict. For the reasons aforementioned, the High Court by its impute order set aside the order of the Family Court Bangalore, which vacated the interim injunction issued against the appellant. It is this order of the High Court which is challenged before us by way of special leave petition, which on grant of leave are being heard by us in the presence of the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the parties. It was the contention of the appellant before us that the act will apply to the present case because there is a conflict between the preferential guardian in Mohammedan law and the act. It was pointed out that while deciding the custody of the minor children, the welfare of the children had to be taken into consideration and it was guaranteed by the act. They have placed their reliance on a case of Rajasthan. The Rajasthan High Court in the cited case held that where the provisions of personal law are in conflict with the provisions of guardians and wards are, the later LAWTR,
shall prevail over the former. Count every
पेज बना के ऐसा ही स्टार्ट बनाए उनके
उसके बाद फादर था, अंकल था, भी एंड में
next 32 next 4 next 39 next 21 next 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 17 next now next next
33
next Ayush 20 next next 15 next next ready
Start. On this backdrop, when the evidence of PW11, the medical officer is seen that at 9 a.m. itself, the doctor examined PW2 on the requisition of SHO within bracket rural, who was accompanied by police constable, who was PW12. There is no question of PW1 registering the FIR. PW14 also admitted that even by the time they reached the hospital, MLA was stated to have come to the hospital and legal advisors were also found in the hospital car. A compromise relating to sales in the suit property was entered into between the plaintiff appellants and the predecessors in interest of the defendant respondents. The plaintiffs filed a suit for declaration that they were in possession as owner of share and in joint possession of half of the share of the land along with the respondents and the entries in the revenue record of rights should be corrected. The trial court dismissed the suit accepting the defendant's plea that the suit having been filed after 18 years of the compromise was barred by limitation in view of the Article 58 of the schedule to the Limitation Act 1963, whereunder the suit have been filed within 3 years of the compromise. The plaintiffs having remained unsuccessful in the first appeal, as also in the second appeal, filed the appeal for in the instant case the right to sue accrued when a clear and unequivocal threat to infringe the right by the defendants was given, as they refused to admit the claim of the appellants only 7 days before filing of the suit. Therefore, as noted in paragraph 16 of the brief, the suit was filed within 3 years from the date of infringement, and as such the suit cannot be held to be barred by limitation. The court below, including the High Court, has proceeded entirely on a wrong footing that the cause of action arose on the date of entering into the compromise, and therefore the suit was barred by limitation. Whether or not the compromise decree was acted upon and whether the degree of possession had taken place are to be decided by the trial court before it could come to a proper conclusion that the suit was barred by limitation. The question of filing the suit before the right accrued to the plaintiffs by compromise could not arise.
Thank you for giving.
Pursuant to the opposite order, the respondent has filed an additional counter affidavit, in which he has emphasized the desirability of remanding the matter back to the disciplinary authority for the determination of the matter stop. He has emphasized that failure to supply the inquiry report to the delinquent deprives him of making a The Institute of Chartered Accountants has already issued auditing standards, and the fraud reporting methodology is incorporated in those auditing standards. Detecting the fraud has been left with the auditors, which responsibility must also be entrusted to the management or its various officers like the managing director, the chief financial advisor, the administrator, etc. So the next amendment, which is important, is diluting the provision relating to loan to directors, that is, wholly owned subsidiaries and the directors have been exempted. I do not know why that has to be done. It is related to loans to directors, that is, an amendment to section 185 Then, there is proposed amendment to section 188 Provision for spatial resolution on section 188 should also be seen in similar context SEBI continues to provide for the requirement of spatial resolution for material related party transactions. The requirement of spatial resolution in the situations envisaged under section 188 would have made companies more transparent and encourage shareholders' democracy in the governance of the corporate stock. It may still be appropriate to modify the clause to require a spatial resolution in case where related party transactions involve an amount above a certain threshold limit in order to encourage transparency, explanatory statement as required to be given under rules to the shareholders should also state the criteria or the basis for the management for considering a particular related party transaction in the ordinary course of business and at arm's length. The SEBI requirements and provisions under company's law also differ on definition of related party transaction. While SEBI has aligned recently the criteria for material related party transaction, there are a number of differences on the corporate governance requirements as well. The government should evolve a mechanism so that SEBI and the company's law requirements converge in regard to listed companies and companies with significant public interest. This would greatly help in easing business in India as well. Sir, the other amendments are consequential. I welcome some of the amendments and I request the government to look into the provisions of section 143 and the spatial resolution part. With these few words, I support the bill and hope that the Honorable Minister will look into the suggestions and consider them seriously in the interest and benefit of the people of this country. We will further make reference to this judgment in detail little later in Jiten Kumar and others versus State of Haryana and another 2008 to SCC 161. The Supreme Court said with the appeals arising out of a common judgment passed by a division bench of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, whereby and whereunder the writ petitions filed by the appellants playing inter alia for issuance of a writ of or in the nature of mandamus directing the respondents to issue letters of appointments to them on the premise that they had duly been selected in Haryana civil service and oblique or allied services pursuant to or in furtherance of the result declared by the Haryana Public Service Commission. The reliance was placed on behalf of the state on the observations made in the said judgment, in particular paragraph 37, to contend that an inquiry even before reference can be conducted by an agency such as the Vigilance Bureau or CBI. For that matter, the observations made in paragraph 37 read thus: para, it would be relevant to place on record that 7 writ applications were filed by the unsuccessful candidates. Serious allegations are being levelled therein against the then Chief Minister, Sri Om Prakash Chautala, and the then Chairman of the Commission, Sri K.C. Bagar. Some selected candidates have also been implicated as party respondents therein. Purity of process of conducting of examination as an issue was raised therein. Even allegations of favoritism and use of political influence in favor of near and dear of the high ups of the government and the politicians were made. The correctness and legality of the order of the High Court was challenged by the Commission before the Supreme Court by filing a special leave petition. The same, however, was dismissed as withdrawn, widely ordained 1999-2005. We would like to make reference to the relevant parts of the case in Mehar Singh, Saini Supra, which were also placed reliance upon on behalf of the state in support of their contention that an inquiry or big investigation can be conducted and an FIR can also be registered against the member of the chairman of a public service commission on the basis of the complaints and the materials relied upon by the complainants. In that case, the government as well as the commission have received various complaints in regard to the process of selection as well as the selections themselves made by the chairman and members of the commission to various appointments in the state services. Been argued by Ms. Vibha, learned senior counsel, appearing for the Union of India, that the percentage of vacancies has gone down. It has also been contended that the candidates who underwent the examination in the year 2012 would be placed immediately below the direct recruit IPS officers of the same year, and not subsequent recruitments have been done both by direct recruitment and by promotion, and this may result in a lot of litigation with regard to seniority. It is also contended that it was contemplated that the officers recruited through the process of the LCE would be about 35 years of age, but now with the passage of time, even if the result is declared, many of them may be more than 40 years of age, which will hamper their functioning in the Indian Police Service. Although we are loath to adjudicate all factual disputes, we have been compelled to do so in this particular case due to the nature of the conflicting claims and the fact that we are concerned with democratically elected representatives of a Chet Panchayat. That being said, our conclusion on facts is that all 63 elected members of the Chet Panchayat took the oath of office on 18th March 2018 and no communication was sent on 28th March 2018 to or received by any of the 17 elected members of the Chet Panchayat who were alleged not to have taken oath of office on 18th March 2018. Consequently, the no confidence motion against the petitioner was a numerically valid requisition having been signed by more than 50% of the elected members of the Chet Panchayat.
Start. Shri Sanjay Kumar Pandey, Warning Counsel for the petitioner and Lord's Standing Counsel for the State Bar. This is a peculiar writ petition where the sub-divisional magistrate, Naugarh district, Siddharth Nagar, on the basis of the report of the Nayab Tehsildar, has proceeded to disbelieve the marriage of the petitioner with Sri Manoj Kumar, her husband, and having expressed doubt about the marriage, has cancelled the residence of the domicile certificate issued to the petitioner for the purpose of seeking appointment as a Shiksha Mitra Para. This exercise had been undertaken on the strength of some letter dispatched by the district Basic Education Officer on 21st April 2006, wherein it was alleged that there are contradictory reports about the marriage of the petitioner and also that it had not taken place as on the date when the certificate was issued to the petitioner para. The Nayab Tehsildar entered into a detailed inquiry about the status of marriage of the petitioner and submitted a report on the basis whereof the sub-divisional officer has passed the impute order dated 10th August 2006 to the effect that the certificate has been obtained by manipulation as the marriage does not appear to have been proved to have been solemnized up to the date when the certificate was issued para. The impute order has been challenged, contending that there was no jurisdiction with the sub-divisional magistrate to have entered into the dispute raised about the alleged performance of marriage inasmuch as the marriage was performed according to customs and ample evidence in the shape of affidavits including that of the husband of the petitioner, the present Ramnath Tiwari, who had performed the marriage, had been filed to demonstrate that the marriage had actually taken place prior to the issuance of the certificate para. The Nayab Tehsildar, who conducted the alleged inquiry, appears to have taken the statement of several persons and finding them to be sufficient to doubt the marriage, submitted his report adverse to the petitioner para. We have produced the entire impute order and in spite of time having been granted way back in the year 2006, no counter affidavit has been filed on behalf of the respondents para. After having prima facie found the order to be not in conformity with law, a division bench of this court passed the following interim order on 6/9/2006. Notice on behalf of respondents has been accepted and by the standing counsel he prays for and is granted 1 month time for filing a counter affidavit and 3 weeks thereafter for a jointer affidavit.
Alright, start.
we, although as at present, do not intend to make any observations in regard to the allegations and counter allegations